Hey there, beautiful souls. Holy frickin' cannolis. We did it. We survived this Mercury retrograde. So let's dive in and see what the energetic forecast is for this weekend. Okay, I just want to start off saying thank you to the collective of the highest vibrations, the entire angelic realm. And I'm going to ask the 22 archangels who is guiding us through this energy this weekend, and what are maybe the learning opportunities and what this forecast for this weekend holds for us. Okay, so I'm going to split the deck here pretty soon if something doesn't fall out. Okay, and I'm going to split the deck. All right, holy freaking cannolis. This weekend, beautiful soul, it's all about karmic release with Archangel Zadkiel, and we've got Archangel Azrael, transcendence. Spirit is saying that you not only survived the Mercury retrograde, you were in a deep transition, a deep transformation of karmic release. And now this is about now resting in the embodiment of that transcendence. Okay, expansion of the solar plexus, crown chakra is what I'm hearing. It's through whatever you released in that in the thymus area, like between the higher heart chakra, where it's between the heart chakra and the throat chakra. Spirit is saying it was through this Mercury retrograde that take what resonates, leave what doesn't, that the learning opportunities, the karmic release that you did, that it was you reclaiming your power through the power of your voice by sitting in that heart center, by releasing something that was laying heavy in the heart chakra. And because of that, it ignited the expansion of your solar plexus and crown chakra. Okay, so I'm going to go to the four directions, and I'm going to see what is beginning and what is rising. Okay, so we've got... Oh, wow. I actually do have 4 cards. Thank you, Spirit. Usually I get like 10 or 12. Okay, so let's dive into this. Let's see what is rising beginning. Okay, Spirit is saying what is rising and what is beginning is no longer feeding the temptation. Spirit is saying it is through this karmic release that you have done that you have stopped repeating the old cycles. You've created a massive change, which is now what is beginning is major breakthroughs. Okay, so I just want to dive deeper into what is beginning and what is rising, since we released the temptation of repeating karmic cycles, of old thought patterns, limiting beliefs. Holy freaking cannolis. Karmic masculine. Spirit is saying that someone here during this Mercury retrograde, you did work through healing, through karmic release of a karmic masculine. And what I keep hearing is this is masculine energy that was very close to you. So this could be a mother figure who was heavy in her masculine energy, father energy. I feel like this is really close, like intimate. So family, lovers, husbands, ex-husbands, boyfriends, things like that. Spirit is saying it's through the karmic release with Archangel Zadkiel, who is going to continue to lead you this weekend and releasing something here with masculine energy. And Spirit is saying it's like a masculine energy that is very close to you. Okay, no, Spirit is saying you've released those temptations of thinking and feeling like you've alchemized something in the way that they used to treat you, the way that they talk to you. But Spirit is saying it's still through this energy, standing with Archangel Zadkiel, that there may be some learning opportunities that are coming up that have to do with a masculine energy. Once again, I feel like this is a masculine energy that is very close. So it could be an ex-husband, ex-lover, someone very close to you that is heavy in that masculine energy. But Spirit is saying it's through the number 67, 6 plus 7 is 13, that you're bringing balance to your divine feminine. You are embodying that divine feminine through releasing and no longer carrying whatever masculine programming, teachings, like that old, heavy, icky, like subservient. You're no longer living in that. Your Spirit is saying you are now embodied in that divine feminine. And you guys, the divine feminine, that divine feminine is fierce, is bold, is protective, is strong. And Spirit is saying that's what's beginning, is you really stepping into that embodiment. But as these learning opportunities come in, you're going to break those temptations, because you've already released some deep, heavy programming, teachings, karmic cycles of that masculine energy. Okay, and look what is beginning. It's ascension. Spirit is saying it's through the karmic release of this karmic masculine, and no longer living in the temptation of going backwards or the old way of doing things, that you are in a deep ascendance, okay, or ascending. And we've got 9 and 8. So it's through the releasing that you're doing that you are now embodying all forms of abundance and sacred wealth, okay? We've got hello. So there's something here about unexpected connections, unexpected communication, but also what I'm hearing with this ascension is for some of you who are really starting to connect with your higher selves and your spirit team, you're going to receive some type of message, some type of validation, some type of sign or synchronicity. And now what I just saw was a fox. So know that when you see the sign of a fox, that you are truly embodied in your divine feminine, that you are in a deep state of ascension and connecting deeper with your higher self and your spirit team. Okay, so now let's go to what is expanding. Accelerated ascension. Oh my God, you cannot make this up. What is beginning is the ascension. What is expanding is the accelerated motion. It's Spirit is saying it's through the karmic release that you've done and continue to do that you're not only reaching higher states of consciousness, you are now embodying the higher states of consciousness, which, because your inner world is shifting and transforming, transcending and ascending, now you've cleared out the old, so now you can hold space for what is externally coming to you, the manifestations, the physical, material manifestations. But Spirit is saying this expansion, this accelerated motion, this is about spiritual and material prosperity. This is about spiritual and material abundance, okay? And then we've got number 8. So once again, Spirit just keeps showing me a fox. Know that it's the way, because you move swift. You are moving swiftly. You're understanding how to navigate. When these learning opportunities come up, you're no longer sitting in the temptation of poor me, but you're embodied in the supreme alchemist, and you're taking these learning opportunities and you're using them as a tool to continue to ascend and transcend. So I just want to ask them what else lies within this accelerated motion. Once again, expansion of crown chakra, third eye. Okay. So we've got the air card. This is about intellect. This is about connection to higher states of consciousness. This is about creativity. This is about new ideas. Spirit is saying that there's someone here who's had an idea or a new idea. This idea is going to take off really quick. And for some of you, what Spirit is showing me is this project or this idea, you've been sitting on it for a long time, but Spirit is saying it's the karmic release that you had to do of the masculine. You had to clear that out in order to hold the capacity of what these ideas, what the projects, what you're building and creating coming in, because it's coming in. It's going to come in real quick, but Spirit is saying it's grounded and rooted. Even though it's coming in at accelerated speed and rate, Spirit is saying it's grounded, okay? And then we have number 28. So once again, this is a validation that whatever project idea that you've been sitting on or that you've been trying to launch, it is now in alignment for that abundance and prosperity. It is in alignment for that accelerated motion because you cleared something out. You alchemized. You transcended something of a karmic masculine energy. Okay. I just want to ask Spirit. Oh, I was going to say, please show us more. And so once again, what is expanding? Spirit is saying it's through this accelerated motion that there's an ice queen. There is a feminine, once again, we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. Spirit is saying the ice queen can no longer I want to say trigger you to the point of where you would sit in temptation. Spirit is saying, okay, we've got number 41. So Spirit is saying it's through this accelerated motion that this feminine energy who's been very cold towards you, who's been very callous, is what I just heard to you, no longer has the same effect. Ooh, oh my gosh. It's through the releasing, like that alchemization that you've done, that whoever this ice queen is in your life, you are in such a higher state of vibration frequency that they can no longer cloud your judgment. They can no longer cloud your worth and your value. Spirit is saying it's through this accelerated motion of the heart, mind, and spirit that the ice queen, this mass or this feminine. Oh, it's a feminine energy. I feel like when I say feminine, Spirit is showing me this is a woman. So mother, aunt, sister, friend, co-worker, boss. Spirit is saying this is a feminine who is deeply rooted in their masculine. Like they're not balanced at all. And what Spirit is saying, it's through the accelerated motion that you are now embodied in, that what they say and do doesn't have an effect on your mind anymore. It doesn't cloud your judgment of what you're creating. It doesn't cloud your judgment of your worth and your value and what you're bringing to the table. Okay, so let's see what is releasing. Harmony. And once again, it's Spirit is saying that through this Mercury retrograde, someone here has really sat in that heart center, and now that solar plexus, you're really embodied in that solar plexus, okay? And we've got number 6. So Spirit is saying it's through reflection that you have created security and stability. And through that security and stability is harmony. It's harmony within yourself. You let go of some deep masculine limiting beliefs and old programming that Spirit is saying this is that you're embodied in this harmony. And this is a major arcana card. This is what you came here to do, is to fully embody harmony, to fully release the limiting beliefs and old programming from all your lifetimes. And beautiful soul, that's what you're doing. So know that when you see number 6, Spirit is saying you're grounded. Your harmony, your inner peace, your outer peace, it is now secure and stable. Okay, so I want to ask Spirit to please show us more about this harmony. What is this harmony pulling in? Because Spirit is saying, now that your inner harmony, now that you are truly embodied in deep harmony with yourself, with your gifts and abilities, that now the external world is going to start reflecting that, okay? So I just want to ask Spirit to please show us more about this harmony, okay? Look at yellow solar plexus. It's through this releasing that you are releasing the expansion of your solar plexus. Spirit is saying continue to stand in your light, continue to have the courage to be seen, to be heard, because the more that you do it, the more that harmony comes in, because you're becoming more anchored and grounded and rooted in that solar plexus. And that solar plexus is our inner guidance. It's our self-empowerment. It's unconditional and undeniable faith and trust and belief in who we are and what we're capable of creating. So I just want to ask Spirit if there's anything else. Oh my gosh, we've got okay, holy cow, we've got Spirit is saying it's through this harmony What's releasing is moving on from the old, no longer living in the old ways. And because of that, you have healed the family. You've released some type of family trauma, family karmic cycle. Spirit is saying you're moving on from the old way of living. You're moving on from the limiting beliefs, the programmings, and the teachings that were deep ancestral, that were placed upon you from your family. So family that you were born into, or the family that you had created. Okay? Spirit is saying what's releasing is any animosity towards that masculine energy. Once again, male, female, but I really feel like this is a female who is deep in the masculine, but Spirit is saying it's what, because this animosity, look at this orange, was lying in the sacral area. Spirit is saying, and it was having an effect on your heart center. So during this Mercury retrograde, you dropped into that heart center and you got deep into the sacral area. And that's why your divine feminine is embodied now. It is balanced because you're no longer, look at this white shirt. There was a deep purification in the sacral where you're no longer here holding on to the animosity. Whether this is mother, ex-husband, ex-lovers, some type of intimate relationship, okay? And Spirit is saying because of that, a new commitment, because you are now fully, see, do you hear those airplanes? You're flying high. That's a validation. What is releasing? You flying high. The sky, the universe, it is all yours, beautiful soul. So if you heard that plane, you see a plane, you are now embodied in complete freedom. No, you are free from the temptations of repeating karmic cycles. You are free from the limiting beliefs and old programming. You did that. And because of that, there is a deeper commitment and honor and harmony to who you truly are and what lies within you, your gifts, your abilities, your beautiful mind, and what you're creating and building. And now, because you're fully embodied in that, people are going to start coming in who are truly committed to what you're creating. They understand what you're creating. But Spirit is also saying, for those of you who have been single, who have been manifesting that person, it's because you've dropped into that heart center that relationship is coming in. But once again, don't compare and despair yourself to other people. Don't create insistence on the timing, because that creates resistance, okay? Now, the next card we're going to talk about, this is what is healing or has been healed, okay? You guys, holy freaking cannolis. We just had that card of moving on. And Spirit is saying, what's releasing, moving on. What is healing is moving on. You've healed your throat chakra. You've healed, and that ignited the solar plexus, this undeniable confidence, faith, and trust in who you are, of your worth and your value. Spirit is saying it's through the healing that you are moving on. You are transcending and ascending into your highest timeline. You are moving on from the old ways. Okay, so what lies within this moving on? What lies within this new beginning? And look at, we've got number 6 again. It's through the reflection that you allowed yourself to see through the temptations, to see through the illusions, and you allowed yourself to feel what you're feeling, but then you stepped in as a supreme alchemist, master manifester, and you took those limiting beliefs and you ascended them into divine tools of you returning to your true divine essence. I hope that makes sense. So I just want to ask Spirit, what else lies within this moving on? Holy protection. It's through the clearing out of your sacral area that you've created security, stability, and protection. And through this protection is a reset and breakthroughs. Breakthroughs physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Spirit is saying you laid the old to death. Like, you laid it to rest. You're in a death. The Mercury retrograde, it felt like a freaking death. Let me tell you, Mercury retrogrades really don't have that big of an impact on me, but this one did. And Spirit is saying this had to happen to get you anchored in to the grandness that is coming in. And we've got number 36. So it's through the releasing that you've created security and stability, and that now you are anchored into another level of self-mastery, okay? Spiritual cleansing, it's through the healing that you gave yourself a spiritual cleansing, expanding the crown chakra and third eye. Beautiful soul, you're grounded. You're grounded in your divine feminine. You are balanced. You are anchored because you took the time to call back your power. All right? Spirit is saying you're anchored into the truth of who you are and what lies within you. And we've got number 22. You are in deep alignment with your truth, with the power of your voice, okay? And then we have relief. So Spirit is saying you brought relief in all directions. You went really super deep. And because of this, the relief, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, it is yours, okay? Spirit is saying continue to release what doesn't serve you. And look at this. Continue to release the imbalance of masculine energy, okay? And that's what some of these learning opportunities might be showing us this weekend, is to show you what areas of the masculine that lies within you that needs to be released, okay? So I just want to go to angel numbers and just see what angel numbers to watch out for this weekend, okay? 1212, duality. Spirit is saying it is through this duality that you are in alignment with breakthroughs physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So know that when you see the fox, you are swiftly moving through ascension and accelerated motion. It is through the duality that you are in alignment for breakthroughs physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Know that Archangel Azrael and Zadkiel are helping you to release any karmic cycles and really embody your transcendence. So beautiful soul, if you're ready to embrace this energy, hit the heart, hit the like, put Archangel Zadkiel, put Archangel Azrael, put 1212, or I am embodied in this energy. So until we meet again, my beautiful friends, love, light, and many, many blessings.